Because of the very many abnormal processes occurring in our bodies, we all end up catching a fever at a certain point. On today's episode of Eva's Care, we are going to look at fever, its causes, signs and symptoms, and how we can manage it. Fever is an abnormally high body temperature, and it is usually accompanied by shivering, headache, and delirium if it is in severe cases. The normal body temperature of a human being lies between 36.0 to 37.0 degrees Celsius. Fever can be caused by various factors, and among these, we have the bacterial and viral infections. These are a wide range, and because the body has to fight these infections, we end up getting a fever. We have injury or inflammation. The body, because of its natural immunity, has to fight the inflammation, or it has to fight against the pathogens that have come due to the injury, and this brings the fever. We have cerebral hemorrhage. We have infectious diseases such as typhoid, and these also bring fever. We have the most common, malaria. Malaria causes a fever. We have dehydration. We have alcohol intoxication. We have vaccination. In children, children get fevers because they were vaccinated, and these are the causes. But how do we know that this is a fever? First of all, we can know a fever by taking the measurements. You get a thermometer and measure. But it also has some other symptoms we could look at, such as loss of appetite, nausea and vomiting. We have headache, and headache is sometimes accompanied by restlessness. How do we manage fever? When we are at home or when we are in hospital? First of all, we need to assess the cause of the fever. It may be malaria, because we cannot do away with the fever when the cause is still outstanding. If the cause is manageable in hospital, we need to manage this cause in hospital. If the cause can be managed at home, for instance, it is a vaccination fever, we can manage it at home, we can always do this. We also need to make sure that the person having a fever sleeps and rests well. This helps the body to build more immunity, and hence the fever will subside. We have ventilation. We have to make sure that the room in which this person is highly ventilated. We have to make sure that the doors and windows are open. We have to loosen the tight clothes, and we have to make sure that this person is in the light and loose clothes, so that there is constant aeration, and the fever will eventually subside. There is a tendency of people feeling a fever, and because they are shivering, they end up getting heavy jackets and sweaters because they feel they are shivering. This only builds up the fever. But if we want the fever to subside, we need to make sure that the clothes are light and loose. We also have to make sure that we apply glycerin on the mucous membranes to avoid the drying of the mucous membrane. We also have to make sure that the person having a fever keeps on hydrating. You take water constantly, and if this person is not in position to take water or any other drink that is suitable, we may rehydrate with IV fluids. We can also give an antipyretic, and this is given as per prescriptions from your doctor or health worker. Thank you for tuning in and keeping on Eva's Care. Hope the next time we become victims of a fever, we know what to do and we take care of ourselves. Till next time, bye-bye.